Hello everyone, welcome to Scorpion Ink Works. I'm Dennis Wilson, and this video will be how to draw a circle part 2. I know by now you probably already know how to draw a circle. Many of you knew ahead of time. And I guess what I'll be going over here when we do this is a different technique you can use to shade, make it your own or change it, make it something different. So first off, let me go ahead and zoom in. I changed the camera angle so that hopefully with any luck my hand and pencil won't be getting in the way as much as it did in the last video. I guess everybody go ahead and start off making your circle. Just go ahead and kind of etch one of those in. I'm going to make this one slightly bigger than I did the last one, because it did make that one a little hard to see. I'm doing kind of like a light outline right now. Yeah, I turn my page a lot, and that's probably a bad thing. Some people tape their paper down so they can only work at it at one angle, but I like turning my paper even sometimes upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and just darken in the outer edges. Like I said before, you don't have to make a perfect circle. I know mine's not perfect. Just do your best. Kind of want to get that in there so you can see it better. Okay. Now, one of the techniques that I learned from, I think, my cousin back when I was younger. Well, I was watching her draw, and I used to draw things myself, but one of the things I saw her do was take to do her shading, the technique I had never seen before, but being young and not too well experienced at drawing, even though I thought I was, it was really neat. So basically what you want to do is kind of, we'll do like assume you know where the crescent is or whatever, and just kind of lightly put down some marks with your graphite pencil, lead pencil, for those of you who grew up back when you could kill each other with your pencils just from the poison alone. And these don't have to be like great marks or anything. Like I said, do it lightly. Kind of give yourself some shade there of a crescent. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, said just rough it in, and it'll be great. The technique was this: use your finger to smudge your shadow. Some people, they take a piece of paper, I think they show this in school, and they'll just roll it and roll it until it's like, let's see, like some type of cone type instrument, and they'll they'll get the edge down there like really pointy when they do it, and they'll tape that or hold it, what have you, and they'll take that and they'll just rub that with it. I can't do that because it creates a squeaky sound that drives me insane, and I don't like the feel of it either. So So take your finger, and you don't want your finger to be dry, so you're gonna have to somehow slightly moisten it, preferably with some water or sponge, but don't get it too wet, just enough so your hand isn't dry, or finger, maybe. And you just kind of rub back and forth on that. If you want to stay in the lines a little bit, you can use whatever finger you like, but realize it is going to leave a little residue on your finger. It does tend to lighten up the area. I guess kind of work in toward where the light would be. So you have to come back. Let's see how, let me zoom in on that a little bit. So you can kind of get an idea. I'm going to go back and I'm going to darken in my circle, the outer edge a little bit, because smudging that with your finger does take away from it a little bit. But I think it creates a really good shadowy effect, and you know, and you can do more if you see some lighter places. Just, you know, like I said, go lightly into it with your graphite lead pencil. Make some marks, and you know, use your finger to smudge that. Or if you have a smudging device, as I've seen here on YouTube, apparently they sell stuff for people that have money and like to buy things. But yeah, go ahead and smudge the new stuff that you made. And you can even take it on up that way a bit if you like. It still leaves a lighted area on your circle, so it kind of gives it a 3D effect. And go ahead and, if you like, create that line down beneath your image as the edge of your table or field, what have you. You can even come down here a little bit if you want to. It doesn't have to be straight or anything right now. This is kind of like just a sketched in line, so you can see it's really rough. You might even do something, say put 45-degree type angle, or 90-degree, my bad, there, and from here you can make a 45-degree, which is half of that angle there, out this way. And so in a sense you kind of got, now where your table joins, you can open up this gap a little bit, maybe even put some age along the lines of that, a blemish, you know, maybe there's a part of a hole right there, who knows, or a crack, yeah, big long crack, whatever. So you've got that down. Now I mean, you can go back and straighten up these lines and darken them in, give a little detail. Alright, with your circle, go ahead and create your line of space. Now, since like we roughly kind of got the light almost at the top again, what you're going to want to do, and well, for those of you who were, I guess I should have held my paper more where you can see it. This is more an even angle with the camera that I'm drawing it, so as you can see, the light that would be coming in from the circle is not top dead center. It is off to the left a little bit. So whenever you go to make your shadow, don't stretch it too far out that way. Okay, just kind of keep it semi under it. You could even come down below it a little bit if you wanted to. Here, just create a little, like you were going to do another circle. And gonna shadow that in, I guess. If it gets too much to looking like it's part of your circle, just go back and darken in the line that is your circle. I ain't liking the shape of this shadow, but there we go. More of a curvish, rounded look. Kind of rip on that. And see, I would smudge that because I can see the pencil lines in it. Just take my finger, kind of smudge that shadowy area a bit. And what you'll notice when you do that is some of your shadowy stuff, it tends to get outside of the line of what you were drawing. That's okay. Use your eraser and come right in here. Just straighten that out a bit. And just go along the edges real lightly, or you'll have to go back and do it again. That is just about ugly. But anyway, try to keep the shadow all about the same color, because unless you got light coming from 2 or 3 different angles, it's generally just one color or shade, however you like. There you have kind of a 3-dimensional ball, and you know that this table line helps, or field line, whatever. You just kind of add detail to it as you go, make wood grain, or maybe even add in some little marks here and there, marbling, if that's what you're into. Just little lines. And that's all I wanted to show you on that, except, what is it, when you're doing this kind of work with pencil a lot, take yourself a piece of paper that's folded and have the hand that you're going to be working with lay on top of this piece of paper. Let me back this out just a hair. You want that to lay on top of that paper, because when you're doing all this pencil work, the back side of your pinky, from the tip here all the way down your hand, tends to get coated in pencil stuff, and you'll find it all over your paper. It's the same thing with ink, especially if you're doing a lot of detail and you've been at it for a while. You get a little ink on the back side of your finger, and next thing you know, it's all over an area you didn't even want inked that color, and it makes a mess. Very helpful. What do you call it? Artist tool, the folded piece of paper. Okay, so that's about all. Thank you for watching, and I hope this is very helpful. Bye. Also, on a side note, something else my cousin showed me you could do with this technique of the smudging the pencil. I'll go ahead and show you. I hope it comes out well. Let me go ahead and zoom in again. I guess we're gonna put this up here in the left corner and give the camera something to focus on so I don't go bug-eyed. We're gonna take this and just create a roundish area, scribbly marks. I'll go ahead and put my finger there. Focus, camera. Anyway, scribbly marks, you know, very light. You don't want to go too dark, or your smudging ain't gonna phase it at all. And we'll go ahead and smudge this area. You can do it in a circle or back and forth, it don't matter. Okay, Now you can't really see that it's there. Well, yeah, you see a dark mark. What she used to do is take very lightly and with her eraser and go right through the center of that. Make yourself an X and top it off with a line coming out the top with your eraser. And there you have a star. Yeah. Sorry about the autofocus going crazy, but darn, let me back that out a little so I don't go too crazy. I hope you can see that. I don't know, it must be the camera or something. I'll have to change the autofocus on that a bit, but I hope you enjoyed watching, and see you later.